Sure. What's up, everybody? I'm making a quick video. I'm in an echoey hallway. I got my buddy right here, Mr. Ryan from Detroit, as he goes by. And I made a video for you earlier in the week. If I release this the right way, that'll be earlier in the week. Talking about the most important thing. So you guys know I have a Leica M240. I have this G100, Lumix G100 with a little pancake prime on it, or a zoom lens, kit lens. And then I also have a Ricoh GR. And of the three cameras, by far and away, the camera I shoot with the most, and it's not even remotely close, is the Ricoh GR. My buddy Ryan right here, if we lose let's see, one? You going to one?
One. We're going to one. Uno.
My buddy Ryan, he just picked up, what'd you pick up, tell him?
Ricoh GR Digital 4 GRD4 1 and 1.7 inch sensor. It's tiny.
Yeah. So why don't you tell these guys, what about this camera inspires you the most and why it's so important? Hold on, we're walking the elevator. There's probably people here. 1 second.
Hold on. We don't want to get weird.
All right. Sorry, I don't want to be vlogging by nobody, you know what I'm saying? So anyways, why don't you tell them real quick as my white balance adjusts why that camera is the most inspiring. Before you do that camera's how old?
10 years old.
How big is the sensor in that camera?
Super small. It's 1 and 1.7 inch CCD, so it's like 20 times smaller than a full frame. Okay. 21 times.
And what about that camera has inspired you so much? Why don't you just grab this real quick?
All right.
Around the back there and tell them what's inspired you.
I'll tell you, this is pretty crazy. I was hoping for an experience like this in a camera, but I never expected to get it out of a digital. So I ended up pulling up my old Canon S90 from a long time ago, back in our Alaska 2010 trip, and there was a nostalgia mode, black and white, that made it look like T-Max. It just made it look really gritty, and there wasn't a lot of dynamic range, all that kind of stuff. And then I started doing some research and found that these old GR digitals with the small CCD sensor, they just hit differently. So I bought, can I tell them whose it was?
Sure.
I bought Ned's. Ned from Pentax, the old CEO that retired in 2012. I bought his actual camera off of a website. And I'm telling you, I'm ready to buy a second one because I don't ever want to be without this camera. Just the texture, the way that this sensor pulls in light and reads light, it's just different. It's just different.
But what about that particular camera? Like, why your S90 and why that? What about the size is important? That's where I'm going with this video.
So the size of this camera fits in my pocket. It's such a tiny camera, but the ergo on this is perfect. I can take it with me everywhere. There's not been a day that's gone by since I've owned this camera that I haven't thought about or wanted to go pick it up, take shots with it, and actually enjoy the results, like really look forward to the results. And it's because it's just so tiny. Just fits in my pocket, you forget it's there.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point, right? We spend all this money and all this time talking about, you know, full frame sensor, this and that glass, this and that lens, dynamic range, all that. But no matter all the cameras I've bought, there's a lot, there's like 40. The cameras I shoot with the most are always the smaller ones because they're always with me, period. Now, it's not to say I would take a Ricoh GR or Ricoh GR Digital for a portrait shoot. You could. I wouldn't take it for a sports shoot. You could. It would be the best tool for a lot of things. But if you're looking to document or go on a vacation or whatever, I think size is one of, if not the most important factor to consider in a camera. Do you really want to be walking around with a full frame camera and a 7200 around your neck all the time? Some people do, some people don't care. That's fine. But I don't.
I don't either.
I don't really want to. And it's funny because I have all these cameras I've tried, and I shot my Nikon Z6 and I took it skiing, I hung it off of a capture clip. That was okay. But in reality, I would have been a lot better off just shooting with, I would have been a lot better just shooting with a Ricoh GR. Or something with a little pocket zoom lens. Or maybe even this G100 with a pancake lens. Something like a 20mm pancake, this 12 to 32, the 15mm 1.7 Leica lens, something like that. Would have been a lot better. So I just want to make a quick video for you guys today. I realized this over the last couple weeks. Not realized it, but it probably is number 1 or 2 in terms of decision criteria for camera. Would you say?
100%. I got to tell you one more thing. The results have to inspire you, right? And the weirdest thing is that because this little tiny sensor reads things differently, I'm seeing visual images and art that's very, very different, has a very different feel, definitely more filmic, but it's kind of its own thing versus everything I see anywhere. it just inspires me to want to create and share art, which I think is extremely crucial in the fact that it's this small and the battery lasts forever, and the fact that I can upload 100 photos to my phone in like 8 seconds. Bee's knees right
so
there.
For you, it's color output too, right? That's more important.
It is.
Because you do a lot in JPEG stuff. You don't do a lot of raw editing.
I don't do any raw.
So for you, it's the color output of that sensor as well. It's not the fact that it's basically a point and shoot sensor, tiny little sensor.
Oh,
so
one more thing to add. Functionality. So Ricoh has done an awesome job, and anyone that owns a Ricoh GR knows this. You have full manual control with a lot of great features. So there's also the snap focus feature, right, where you can take snapshots. It's just everything. I don't ever miss a shot. If I want to capture it, I'll capture it. Even if I don't have the artistic input that I may want, I know I'm not going to miss the shot, and it just hits me right in the feels. You know what I'm saying? It hits me in the feels.
Yeah, as we're walking out of a meeting, so this is why we're recording this. But I just want to make that. I think I'm not saying that a big camera is not the right tool for the job, or these small cameras are the best tool for the job. What I am saying is, I think size has got to be one of the top 2 things to consider when you're purchasing a camera. Yeah, that's it. I have nothing else to add. You good?
I think I'm good. I'm just going to give you a little thumbnail right here with my little 10 megapixel camera, okay?
All right. All right, guys. Have a good one. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree. Comment section below. Is sensor size, dynamic range, 6K, 8K output more important than size, or is size one of, if not the most important thing to consider before you consider the other specs? Let me know in the comment section below. See you next time. Peace.